contest as yet. It's silver in the white judogi, Sadigovic in blue, and we've just had the first half a minute. So whilst you were away, Loretta, Tamerlan Bashaev overcame Guram Tusishvili.
Yes. That was a very interesting match indeed. And the number 1 seed in the plus 100s has just gone out as well. So
David Mura. So we lost two interesting ones right away.
Yes.
Mura and Tusishvili, they will not be taking any further part.
Well, that's a massive big. In fact, that's a big surprise, isn't it? Really, quite shocked with that result. So, but like we said right at the beginning, you know, at these type of tournaments, you just never know what's going to happen, do you? Well, Rafael Silva, one of the seeded athletes, number 3 seed in this competition, double world medalist, and in the Masters bronze medalist.
Took a medal at the Olympic Games as well, didn't he?
Well, he's a top favourite, a seeded athlete for a medal here today. But as we've already seen, the number 1 and 2 seed have already been beaten. So now it's all thrown into the mix of Big Osota throwing for a palm bill. It's a great start there for Silva.
He may fancy his chances.
Especially after seeing the 2 top players going out.
Yeah.
It's obviously got to build his confidence up.
Is that 1 and 2? Seeds 1 and 2.
Yep.
Yeah, David Mura and Guram Tusishvili. So 4, he's the number 3. He takes over top spot now.
Yep.
He's the top man, and he has been Brazil's top man for quite some time. He took a bronze medal in the Olympic Games in London in 2012, and he followed that up with another bronze medal in Rio in front of his home crowd. So a double bronze medal winner, Rafael Silva, not to be confused with the gold medalist from Rio, Rafaela Silva.
It's very strange, isn't it?
A single letter makes all the difference in who you're looking at.
Yes.
Right, who have we got to look at now? Let's go to mat number 2.
Yes, with Roy Meyer.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Roy Meyer of the Netherlands. He's up against Ota Hyoga of Japan. It's Meyer in the white judogi, Ota in blue.
Second round, weight under 81 kilo, the number 1. In white judogi, representing Japan, Fujiwara Sotaro. In blue judogi, representing Kazakhstan, Riksha Abdullah.
Well, Roy Meyer took a gold medal in The Hague. Again, a European bronze medalist. Dropsy and Aggie attempt there from Meyer. Ota looking for an opportunity in Niwaz. It doesn't seem to be knowing exactly what he was going down there for, but
Ota, given the Wazari there, so Meyer's got some work on his hands.
he's really got his work cut out for him now. We've still got 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest.
That may spur him on a bit. That may spur Meyer on to come out of his shell.
Himself there on the receiving end of the Uchimata. It's that sleeve grip that's causing him a few problems there.
That was harsh. Wasn't he the last one to attack there, Maya?
Yes, it was the...
Didn't trouble...
Well, no, it was Ota that attacked with the Uchimata, yes.
Okay,
and he was having problems with that sleeve grip, Ota is controlling his sleeve. And...
so that'd be harsh, wouldn't it?
Yes,
you
it would have been
an
harsh,
attack
yes.
and then, what? With me? Yes, you.
Well, Maya looking for the Iponsianagi. Ota trying to control his opponent's right sleeve. Dutchman attempts the drop Sianagi. Finds himself now on the receiving end of the Niwaza. But the referee obviously feels it was a very slow reaction down into the ground, and just looking at the referee's face, who are just pointing out that, it was a very familiar face, European champion, world medalist himself from France.
He just, was at the end of his career as Teddy Riner was
That's correct,
coming
yes.
in. So in that World Championships in Rio, where Teddy made his appearance, Matthew Bataille picked up a bronze medal in the open weight, whereas Teddy took his first world title there.
He was a great athlete, and it's nice to actually see him here as one of the top IJF referees.
He's a good one.
And he's very knowledgeable, isn't he? And a true understanding, a true judo man in his own right. And he'll have a little bit of sympathy here as a plus heavyweight himself.
None
whatsoever. He's throwing out those penalties like as if they're going out as sweeties. There's 3 already on the board there, 2 to Roy Maya now. Well, Ota of Japan goes through to the next round in the plus 100 kilos.
Another one bites the dust then.
Another one, definitely, yes.
We'll take a look at the top 4 seeds. David Mura went out in round 2. Roy Maya has gone out in round 2. Goran Tusishvili has gone out in round 2. The only one left in is Rafael Silva.
Who just did well in his first round.
He must be saying, this is mine then.
He'll be...
today.
But most probably he'll be that sense of doubt, knowing that those top seeds have all gone out. He's maybe thinking, when is it my next time to fall?
Now, Stefan Hedgie showed some promise, was what I think
it
was referred to as.
Yes, I noted he was there in, was it Dusseldorf that he competed in? And he gave a great performance there in Dusseldorf. This young, what was it? Yeah, it was Dusseldorf, I'm quite sure it was. Great performance for this young man. Junior world and cadet medalist.
Yeah, still only 19.
Still a junior in his own right, but gave a great performance in the last competition that we had the pleasure to work at. Yes, in Dusseldorf.
Single Shido against Shakbazov at the moment. This isn't really lighting up the venue today, and there's not as many people as in today, but there's a good reason for that. It's the general election today, or the election anyway for the president. So,
is it?
Yeah, Mr. Putin is up for re-election, so there are a few people out there voting. That's why we haven't got that many in. Maybe after they've all cast their ballots.
Yes, I'm sure this afternoon they'll be flooding the gates.
He beat Shakbazov in the repechage at the Grand Slam in Tokyo before losing to Kageura Kokoro in the bronze medal contest.
Lovely Makakomi there. Very close to scoring.
Yeah, it was in Tokyo that he was managed to give, well, a reasonable look at him. And then before that, it was at the World Championships in Zagreb. That's where he really came up with.
Well, he's great potential, hasn't he? 19 years of age. He's got such maturity in his judo, hasn't he? He's putting on a good performance here. Even a couple of Makakomi attacks there. He's down a Shido, but he's starting now to take a little bit more control.
He lost in the final at the Zagreb Grand Prix to Teddy Riner. Oh, gonna go now. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, well, that was stumbling down to the ground, but what had happened, the shoulder was there, and he landed very awkwardly indeed. Ouch. Hopefully it's not too serious, but wasn't going to cause any more aggravation. I think that hold down was looking to be very secured. Well, Shakbazov there for Russia goes through to the next round.
He's in the quarterfinal, the second of the quarterfinals. He'll face Ota Hyoga of Japan. Bashayev will face Henk Kroll, who overcame Javad Majub, and Rafael Silva will face Anton Brashev of Russia. So Brashev, Bashayev and Shakbazov have made it through to the quarterfinals. Coming on to mat number 2 now. Mayra Aguiar of Brazil faces Takayama Rika of Japan. It's Aguiar in the white judogi, Takayama in blue. That's the current world champion with the red back patch, Mayra Aguiar.
Well, definitely one of the top favourites in the under 78 kilo category. Number 1 seed. Takayama, medal in the Düsseldorf last year. As well as a gold medal in Tumen. Very strong contender from Japan. She battles away against the number 1 seed, the world champion. Nice controlling cross grip around the arm, as you can see there, the left hand on the back, controlling her opponent's right side. Give the option of the Uchimata. Trying to get the right reaction from the Japanese opponent. Just comes round the back. Not the wisest reactions to make against somebody that's got a very good Uchimata. Looking very strong out there. Once more gets the left hand, this time on the lapel. Previously had it round the back. But she's got that lapel, she's now got control of her opponent's left sleeve. Sutemi Waza from Takayama. Really a ploy to get out of trouble. As you can see, those grips were being set up quite nicely and they were very controlling indeed. Takayama took the easier option, an attempt to Sutemi waza to bring it back into a mate situation. Aguilar, as you can see once more, with the left hand over the top of her opponent's right. Comes round the back, trying to control the hip movement of the Japanese, but this time didn't react quick enough, and a Wazari called there. Takayama now securing the hold. And Ippon, and Takayama goes through, beating the #1 seed into the next round, into the semi-final. Well, that's a great win for Takayama. And Aguilar goes into the repechage. So she has still an opportunity of a medal, but possibly not the one she came over for.
Women under 78 kilo. Next quarterfinal for women under 78 kilo, the number 2. In white, representing Kazakhstan.
So now we have the second quarterfinal. Well, now we have representing Kazakhstan, Aman Glendieva and Pakut of representing Poland. Now, a bit of a difference in size with these athletes. Very strong, taller, upright athletes from Poland, but the Kazakhstan is drawing her head down to her level. As you can see, quite a bit difference. She's controlling quite nicely, the Kazakhstan. Feisty little character out there. Very powerful looking. Has quite an aggressive approach to this contest. Pakut defending quite nicely with the Sienagi attempt from the Kazakhstan.
She will be in the semi-final for women under 78 kilo. Next contest on mat 3, repechage, women over 78 kilo.
Aman Glendieva coming there with the drop Sienagi. Well, 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Kazakhstan really piling on the pressure, comes in again with the drop Sienagi. Vita Pakut finding it very difficult to secure her grips. No sooner than she gets those long arms over the top, the Kazakhstan really starts piling the pressure on. A lot of movement and threatening the Sienagi attacks. Uchimata attempt there, nicely executed, just didn't really have that finishing touch to the Uchimata, but nevertheless a very strong attack from Vita Pakut.
Brazil, bronze medalist at St. Petersburg Masters 2017, Maria Altman. In blue, also from Brazil,
So we'll go across to mat number 3. Where will be the semi-final of the women's plus 78s. Athema representing Brazil. Souza also representing Brazil. And all, well, we know that a Brazilian will get into the final, but which one will it be? The second seed in the plus 78. Athema, 29 years of age, bronze medal in the Masters, Tokyo Grand Slam bronze medalist, and 5th place here last year. Now, she'll definitely be wanting to set her sights on a medal in this tournament. So, only 19 years of age, 10 years junior to her teammate. But this young lady, world ranked number 9, so not many steps below her teammate in Tunis at the beginning of the year. Started off very well with picking up a silver medal in Tunis, and last year was also a world. Well, not last year, but a few years back with a world cadet bronze medalist as well, along with a junior world medal as well. So this is a young lady that's hit some very strong targets, great potential for the Brazilian team, following the footsteps of some outstanding performers that the Brazilian team have produced in the plus 78s for women. Athema coming round the back as her teammate hooks in for the Ochigari. She gets the lift, she gets the finish, she plants with her nagi her opponent into the ground. And Athema, with that maturity, the experience, goes through to the final of the plus 78s.
Winner on mat 3 in white for Brazil, Maria Altman. She will be in the final for women under 78 kilo. Beatriz Souza will fight for gold medal. Next contest on mat 3.
And Souza will go into the bronze. Into the bronze medal match. So now we have the under 100s. It's the quarter-final match. A good start, positive start for the Hungarian Sojenics, who's in the white. Ilyazov of Russia in the blue.
Second round, win under 81 kilo, the number 1. In white judo representing Georgia,
Ilyazov, as you can see there, with that right high collar grip, steps across, switches it to uplook the harai, but turned it into the makakomi. And Ilyazov scores a wazari. Well, that's a great start for the Russian. That starts to put the pressure on the Hungarian. Well, Sojenics. now really has to start coming back fighting here. He's got plenty of time to get that back in line. He's doing a great job at it as well as he ruffles up his opponent, piling a little bit of extra pressure on now. Ilyasov really cannot hold on to this Wazari. He has to engage in the contest. Sijenics, the number 2 seed, going into, oh, and a lovely counter attack there from the Ouchigari. Ilyasov goes into the semi-final. And there you have the highlights. The Ouchigari put the foot down, the big mistake, went for the Kouchi and left himself very vulnerable indeed to the rear with the counter. And I think he was quite happy with that. Beautifully executed. And there was the mistake, going for the Kouchigari. So now we have the next quarterfinal. Idri of France in the white. Muket, Belarusia in the blue. It's the under 100s. It's the place in the semi-final. Well, it's a little bit of a battle of grips here, really, who's both trying to take that controlling position. Ponsianagi from the Frenchman. Nice attack, just lost a little bit of balance as he was taking his opponent over the top. Bit of a stumbling motion halfway through that entry. But Muket takes a Shido for the lack of engagement in this contest so far. Well, the Belarusian, as you can see, let the right hand on that lapel, trying to trap the left side of the Frenchman. Not doing a very good job as he steps across through for the drop. The Kouchigari was also there. He still has that flowing movement on the left side. And Muket picks up the second Shido now. In far too long a waiting game, steps across for the Siotoshi.
Contest on mat 2, quarterfinal, men under 100 kilo. In white judo gi for the Netherlands, gold medalist at Paris Grand Slam this year, Michael Koral. In blue for Austria, bronze medalist at Yekaterinburg Grand Slam last year, Duel.
Well, that spin under. Got himself all knotted up there as he rotated through. Lydia anticipated that very well. With just half a minute remaining in this quarterfinal, it looks like this could go to the golden score. But the Oso Tagari there! Oh, fantastic finish. Really pile-drived his opponent into the mat. And with 22 seconds remaining, takes himself into the semi-final of the under 100 kilograms. Osodagari driving through, wonderful control on that sleeve, drawn across the chest, head in a perfect position, planted his opponent flat on his back. Well, that was a lovely finish there.
Quarterfinal, weight under 90 kilo, tatami 3. In white judo gi, representing Uzbekistan, Yusuf Choriev. In blue judo gi, representing Italy, Nicolas Mungai.
And he'll be up against Ilyasov of Russia a little bit later on. Now we have the quarterfinals here of the under 90 kilos. It's against the Uzbek in the white, Choriev, and Mungai of Italy in the blue. Well, Mungai and Choriev both pick up a Shido apiece in the opening minutes of this contest. Choriev beating the number 2 seed, Christian Tooth. And Mungai of Italy defeated in the second round Zambekov of Russia. Both having very strong performances here today. The Italian looking for the Sangaku Jimmy there. As you can see, they're trying to get desperate around the back of the knee, placing. Well, it was very close indeed. And go with the Wazari lead. And halfway through this contest, Sutemi Waza nicely controls scoring that Wazari. Tomonagi got the foot in place, but really needed a little bit more twist on the upper body control. Those hands needed to work a little bit better. Once more, he attempts the Tomonagi. Still breaking the balance of his opponent, who still trails 1 minute and 32 remaining. Ushigari follows through into the Niwaza once more. The time will tick away. Tactically, this is the best place for him to be in. He works well in the ground, very confident in the Niwaza, putting that extra little bit of pressure on Choriev of Uzbek. Uzbekistan desperately trying to get back up onto his feet. The last thing he wants is to waste any more valuable time in this quarterfinal. Picks up his second Shido though.
Winner on mat 1. Next contest on mat 1, quarterfinal, women under 70 kg. In white judo representing Brazil, Maria
Uchimata attempt there.
representing Great Britain, Katie Jemima Itzgram.
Tominagi once more. Over-rotated him on the end of the attack, but then follows through into the Niwaza with 14 seconds remaining and looking very busy there and positive. Has a sneaky look up at the scoreboard. Be quite happy with that, with 6 seconds remaining and a Wazari on the board for the Italian. Nothing now can stop him from going through into that semi-final. Well, we're going to go across to mat number 1, where we'll watch the quarter-final for the under 70 kilos against Portela of Brazil, the number 1 seed, against Yates Brown of Great Britain in the blue.
Winner on mat 3, in blue, representing Italy, Nicolas Butai.